one had this much power since Bumpy J. Lennox Ave, all shucky ducky. Seen paid in full, now everybody do the Dougie. When I do the Dougie, I'm talking Dougie line. Pistol whip a nigga, why you looking bucky?
What is up? Welcome to another episode of Maximilian Must Know sample shopping episode for you guys today. 5 fragrances, very different, sort of a departure from maybe fragrances we normally cover on the show, but these are fragrances I really wanted to check out, and so I requested them, I got them, we'll talk about them in a little bit. Please do use decantshop.com for all your sampling needs. All 5 fragrances sent here are available on decantshop.com, and we'll give it a few weeks break, and I'm going to have many more fragrances from Decant Shop to talk about, some hyped ones that I think you guys will really like. But definitely use decantshop.com, and if possible, use that coupon code MAX12 to save you 12% off your entire order. So let's get into it. 5 fragrances today. We're starting off with one from the house of Acqua de Parma. This is their women's Profumo. And looking at this one from ADP, I own 3 from this brand: Colonia Club, Fico di Amalfi, and their Oud fragrance. I think it's called Colonia Intensa Oud. Still many that I need to check out from this brand: Ebano, Sandolo, the newer Chinotto Liguria. I think the one that I know that I need to purchase at some point, and I will get it, is Ginepro di Sardinia, which I sampled in sample shopping and fell in love with. This is a woman's release from 1930 that was re-released in 2000 and has notes of bergamot, peony, ylang-ylang, labdanum, Bulgarian rose, jasmine, musk, sandalwood, patchouli, and vetiver. Pretty expensive, not a good way to find this one for the low. It's about $200 even online, and again, not easy to find discounted, and with good reason, because this is a really nice fragrance. I think it's really feminine. I probably wouldn't wear it because it's a little too feminine for me, but it's just super classy. You've got that rose in here, you've got jasmine, you've got ylang-ylang, you've got peony. It's just really elegant. It smells like something like Sophia Loren would have worn, you know, in her era. It's just a really elegant Italian women's fragrance. It almost smells like the equivalent of how Acqua de Parma does those sort of very clean, classic barbershop scents for men. This almost feels like the woman's version of that. If you've seen the bottle, it's a beautiful bottle, and this is a beautiful floral fragrance, well built. You get a little bit of citrus at top, you get all these florals, you get sandalwood, nice sweet sandalwood, patchouli in the dry down. It's a really elegant, good fragrance. Again, a too femme for me, but if I was a woman, I'd probably have this in my collection. The next one is from the house of Gucci, and this again is for women. That's why I said this episode is a little bit different. This is their Eau de Parfum. And from Gucci, I own Gucci Pour Homme 1, Gucci Pour Homme 2, and I'd like to check out their new upscale collection, the Alchemist Garden, which is pretty pricey, but I know that I want to buy Gucci Guilty Absolute Pour Homme. Check out Gucci Absolute Pour Femme, Gucci Guilty Absolute Pour Femme, and their Oud fragrances that they made in their designer lineup. Again, women's lineup from Daniela Andrier, who's now putting her work in a product, and has notes of orange blossom, heliotrope, caraway, thyme, iris, incense, leather, sandalwood, vanilla, musk, and cedar essence. You can find this online for like $65. And yeah, really nice fragrance. This to me, I want to spray it again, but this to me is very unisex, I feel like. You know, it's woody. To me, it's really woody. Like, it's just as much for a man as it is for a woman. You've got orange blossom and a little bit of like heliotrope, and it's a little floral. What I smell is that caraway and that iris and that incense and leather. Certainly something a man could wear, a little bit fresh as well. It's got a little bit of freshness, a little bit resinous. It doesn't blow me away. but it's just a really nicely composed fragrance, and I can see this being someone's signature scent, a woman's signature scent. Again, it's not like anything that bowls me over. I like the Acqua de Parma better. I think it's a really good scent though, and it just smells of quality, you know. And in 2000 and I guess this came out 2002, you know, that makes sense. Next, Opium by Yves Saint Laurent. Man, I have been trying to check this one out forever. I own many from this brand. I've got L'Homme, La Nuit de L'Homme, but I like the classics: Live Jazz, Reef Gauche, Kouros, Body Kouros. I need to check out why EDP, even though I haven't heard good things. I need to check out the original Jazz and Noble Leather if I can find it, in Tuxedo, because I've heard so many good things about it. But this is a Jacques Cavalier product from 1995 with notes of blackcurrant, star anise, galanga, pepper, Toulouse balsam, bourbon, vanilla, and cedar. $40 or so online. Now the funny thing is, with this one is you think opium. Why do you think this smoky, dark, illicit, you know, naughty almost, intoxicating thing, and you get this very fresh black currant, a little bit of star anise, peppery, shaving cream sort of thing going on. Almost smells like a cousin of Reef Gauche. Not as good as Reef Gauche, but a kissing cousin of Reef Gauche. Very nice. Definitely one I want in my collection. It's very fresh. If you like black currant scents, I think you'll like this. It's sweet, fresh, uplifting, a little bit soapy. It's got a shaving cream vibe. Again, a kissing cousin of Reef Gauche, not as spiced. You don't have that star anise in it. I mean, well, you actually do, right? You do have, right? There is a star anise note in this one. Yeah, but you don't really smell that rosemary or star anise. You do smell some pepper, a little bit of a tinge at the top, but really it's this very fresh black currant, and it doesn't smell anything like opium. It's very inviting, very safe, very nice and light. And I kind of like it. I just think it's nice. It would be nice on a hot summer day. I know opium, right? Or the spring, so I dig this one, and it's going on my purchase list. Next up, from the house of Amouage, Fate Women. Definitely getting more interested in checking out the women's offerings from Amouage, because Amouage just has quality. I own Jubilation 25, CL Man, Reflection Man, and Interlude Man. I want Gold Man, Beloved Man, Bracken Man, Fate Man, Sunshine Man, and want to try a lot. You know, I've never tried Beach Hut, Figment, Imitation, Mist, etc. This was a woman's release, obviously. It dropped in 2013. Notes of bergamot, chili pepper, cinnamon, pepper, rose, jasmine, narcissus, labdanum, incense, vanilla, patchouli, benzoin, castoreum, leather, and oak moss. About $1.60 online if you're looking for this one. And yeah, really good. You definitely like, I smell like chili pepper, bergamot, cinnamon, a lot of florals, castoreum. This is a lot going on. I think in one of Luca Turin's books, this got a really good review, which is why I sought it out. I think it was either a 4-star or a 5-star scent, and man, it's just really good. It's just, I like the men's one as well, and I prefer the men's one. But this is just really spicy, and a lot of people compare it to vintage opium for women. The Parfum, which I've never smelled, but it smells like something that could have been made years and years ago. I mean, I get a lot of castoreum out of this, to be honest with you, too, which is interesting, and a lot of spice and resin, and it's just dark and sweet. Really, really good scent by Amouage, and as unisex as could be. Both of the Fate fragrances are super unisex. Most Amouage fragrances are unisex, so either way, you'd probably be good with most Amouage, which I enjoy about the brand. And then the last one up from this haul from Decant Shop, and again, we back soon with more. Armaf Club did a Wheat Intense. Man, Decant Shop sent me this one. I did not ask for it, but I like to talk about anything I ever get. And you guys know, man, I've smelled many from this brand. haven't found anything I'm interested in, though. I'm sure there's something out there. Mostly smelled the club ones, which are very popular. You know, they have their 1 million one, I think. They have their Noir de Noir. This is an vintage one. It's $28 online. It came out in 2015, and it's got lemon, blackcurrant, apple, pineapple, bergamot, rose, birch, jasmine, vanilla, ambergris, patchouli, and musk. And it smells like an Aventus clone. I don't, man, hey, Aventus clones are that, and I think the best ones for my money come from Dua and Parfums Vintage, probably Parfums Vintage. I personally, if I had to have one Aventus clone for the rest of my life, I would take X-Batch Intense, which is a mix of Sauvage and Aventus, and it's by Parfums Vintage. That's what I'd go with, personally. But when I want to wear Aventus, I wear Aventus. I'm almost through my bottle. I'll have to get another bottle at some point. Them's just the breaks. But unfortunately, I probably own like 7 or 8 Aventus clones. Most of them were sent to me. I think I purchased 2 or 3 Aventus clones, maybe 2 or 3. And I think just buy Aventus if you want Aventus. This one is not very good in my opinion. It smells like Aventus at the top, but I watched a video with Erwin Creed, and he sort of summed it up very well when a few members of Fraycom interviewed him at Essence in Milan. Fragrance View and Fragrance Apprentice and Timmy and I think a few other guys, Imagine Sense, and they were like, "Oh, what do you think of clones?" Or they said they talked to him, and he was like, "Oh, they can copy the top, but they can't copy the base." And I think that's very much true. And not so much true with Dua and Parfums Vintage, but with these Middle Eastern brands like Armaf and these other brands that copy them, I think it's very much true. You smell it and you go, "Oh, that's Aventus," and then you wait and it's clearly not Aventus. So I'm not a fan of this. If I'm ranking these, I have to go Amouage Fate Woman 1. That's just a beautiful, beautiful scent. I don't feel like I need it, but it's great. I'm going to go YSL Opium Homme 2. I am going to purchase that definitely at some point. 3, I'm going to go with this Acqua de Parma, which is stunning as far as I'm concerned for a woman, the right woman. And for 4, definitely Gucci. Not a bad scent, just not something I feel like I need, but if I was a woman, I could see why this would be someone's signature scent. And then 5, I'm going to go with the Armaf, which, if you need an Aventus clone, you don't want to pay more than $30, I think you'd be fine with this, but it's not something I purchased. So the one that I definitely have honed in here is the Opium Pour Homme. I just really enjoy it, and I enjoy collecting sort of these YSL older men's scents. I think those are great, and I want to get this one and then maybe Jazz at some point if I can, and then I think I'm good on those. But we'll be back in a few weeks with more sample shopping videos, and I got some good ones planned. And if you like these videos and you appreciate Decant Shop and I doing these videos together, please support Decant Shop. Use my coupon code MAX12. It's much appreciated, guys. I'll see you again real soon with more videos. You know what it is.
From rented cars, weed and liquor, nigga, we so high. So sickening with the shit I spit. Book a eco line. Peep how I keep those ties and run it for another year on. See how I leak your eyes and give you shit to shed a tear for. In case you ain't know who you fucking with.